Welcome back to another episode of Cobra Kai Companion. I am Peter, and today's interview, you guys, welcome back Joe Suh, the man who gave me my very first interview from the Cobra Kai universe. Thanks, Joe. Welcome.
Hey, my pleasure, Peter. Good to
Yeah,
have you.
yeah. Nice to finally see you face to face. But yeah, man, we spoke 2.5 years ago when your character Kyler came on. Which, by the way, for those that are tuning in and hasn't heard your first interview, I'll put the link in the show notes. So check that
Yes,
out.
be
We
sure to check that out, guys.
Yeah, we went in depth, man. We even talked about spa night. I've been holding back on some of your interviews because I didn't, want to have anything the previous hosts influence this interview with you. So,
Sure.
um, so we'll just jump right into it, man. Your character finally comes back in season three. We missed you in season two, obviously, but
hmm
what is the process like behind the scenes for you to return to a show like this?
Oh man, just returning to the show, shoot, you start becoming a fan of the show, because you watch it, you see reactions to it, and yeah, that's just amazing, just to get this type of reception. So to be back on the show is actually pretty exciting. It's even more exciting because you have all these encouraging words from fans, or in my sense, a lot of online bullying from people to me saying, F you, Kyler, hope you get your ass kicked, and you have all this. And to me, I take that as more of a badge of honor. So I take that with me, and I'm trying to like, all right, I'm gonna go harder this time, and hopefully I brought it in season three. Hopefully the reception was great so far. So I'm really happy about that, and hopefully I can continue to develop this character even more and more. We'll see.
Yeah, it's really a testament to your acting and also the writing on the show.
Yeah.
I spoke with Yuji Okamoto like early 2019, and he was talking about how like over the years people would be like, "You're that asshole from the Karate Kid Part 2," So like when you invoke that type of emotions in a fan, I think you're doing something right,
Oh
right?
yeah, and that's something that I don't know. Me as an actor, I don't know about other actors, but I look forward to. I look forward to those type of responses, and if it affects people, whatever, whichever way, like for the happy or for even being angry or just laughing or funny, to me, those are the reactions that we just thrive on, or me as an actor thrives on. You know what I mean?
Hmm. So for the script of season three, how did you receive that? Was that given to you by an agent? Did the big three reach out to you? Did you just get emailed? How does that happen?
Actually, to be honest, I knew that I would be in season three because, or just beyond, because the big three, they did reach out to me right after season one, and
Mm.
before season two started. They told me that yeah, Kyler is still in the universe of Cobra Kai. So to me, that was just like them telling me, "Don't worry, Joe. Season two, we have it, but it's their summer break, and you're still, in their thoughts." And to me, for them to really fulfill what they actually said, that's another layer of their, just their integrity, their honesty, and just the way they approach this business. Because a lot of times in this business, it could be super fickle.
Yeah.
And all credit goes to Josh Hayden. I'm sorry, Josh Hayden and John, because yeah, they're the brilliance behind Cobra Kai, and they're the ones that kind of puppet master
Yeah.
this whole series, bro. So it's
Yeah.
actually amazing, and all credit goes to them.
Yeah. I couldn't be any happier when I saw Kyler in the trailer.
Thank
Know,
you.
we've spoke of like the lack of representation in Hollywood as it is.
Yes,
So
sir.
good or bad. I was
Yes,
very happy
sir.
to see your character return.
Absolutely. And hopefully this leads to different facets of what Asian Americans can be and be portrayed in film and in television, because we're not always just all nerdy. We're not all asexual. We're not all bullies. We're not all martial artists. You know, I feel like we could be sports stars, we could be politicians, we could do a facet of other things, and hopefully even be a superhero. And that's my wish, you know, to be a
Yeah,
superhero.
there you
Yeah,
go.
but I'm just saying, like, Asian Americans can be all of that, and we're just, it's just the tip of the iceberg right now. So
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah, we'll see in the future.
So when you come back to, or when you go back to Atlanta, there's obviously a season that you weren't in. So there's a bunch of brand new faces. Can you talk about like what was your reception like when you first arrived back to Atlanta on set,
Mhm.
and you got like all these new kids, and also reuniting with people that you knew from season one?
Yeah, man. Luckily we have a great cast. They're all so cordial and super welcoming. So when I was on set, I just felt like I didn't miss a beat. They were super welcoming. So that in itself was cool. But like also just working with them, you know, you just have to go back into the zone of these aren't really my friends. You know what I mean? Like these are potential enemies on the script. So I do have to keep that in mind, you know, while I'm there, and it's just a very yeah, it's a toss up. You know, you just have to. It's a balancing. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Sure, but anyway, yeah, it is what it is, man. This business, you have to go. You just got to jump in real quick. You got to start swimming in the deep end, like when you first get in, and just get used to everything. Maybe if there is a different culture that's, you know, kind of you know, blossoming up, whatever, you have to kind of follow, you know, follow the vibe of the
Mhm.
whole like series or on set series, you know, on set, you know, culture. So it's something like you just have to train as you're, you know, working in this industry.
So were you also part of table reads?
No, I was not. No, I
Okay.
was not. So I literally had to jump in, you know, just no warm up, you know,
Yeah.
just all right, let's go.
Okay.
Um, but it's something that as an actor, you just got to train for. You just have to train, and hopefully it turned out well.
It did. The reason I ask is because I'm curious, like when you're going over your parts in the script, uh,
Right.
looking at some of the sequences or even the dialogue, was there anything that stood out to you that was like, damn, that's pretty brutal, or that's shocking, or like, damn, I get to do that? Like any of those reactions?
I come up with the mindset with, especially with Kyler, the character, that what he says and does, yeah, it's gonna be off the wall. Like I expect it. If I don't read something like that, I'm just like, hey, this character is too toned down. You know, something. You know, what's wrong with this character? But I'm glad they, yeah. Honestly, I go into set and I know and I trust the writers, especially the writers and the producers, of how they're gonna like, you know, portray this character. And I already have that set mindset, and you know, oh, so I go in there trusting them. So it's not too hard to kind of jump back into that character because I've done it in season one, but I just wanted to like put some accents on it. You get what I mean? It's like just to make a Kyle's character even more hateable or despicable. You know, just like a
Mhm.
little bit more accents here and there, and I try to think of ways of how to make this guy even more annoying sometimes or even more savage. You get what I mean? So whatever they put on paper, I'll try to accent it. I'll try to do other things to, you know, just action wise. You know, like even me like hitting Dimitri while he was picking up his books, like I smacked him in the head like this. That
Mhm.
was me. I just did it, you know, on the fly. But I, you know, like little things like that. It's just like just kind of add to how Kyler. I just imagine how Kyler could be. Maybe take it one step further sometimes, but that's always what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to always push, push, push. And if they don't like what they see on screen, they'll be like, "Oh no, Joe, let's not do that." You know.
Right, right.
But they're so far they've been great. They've been letting me go free reign.
Um, a couple things that always stick out to me when I think back to the first time we spoke, and I use it as trivia. One of which is like the character Kyler it wasn't asked to be somebody with an Asian background. So I've always thought that was interesting. The other thing I learned from you that you also did kung fu back in the day. What
Yeah.
was it like for you to actually do some martial arts and not just wrestling this time around?
It was fun, but man, I was stale in everything that I'm doing, and so it's just a good reminder that, oh man, I gotta touch back with all those things from the past. Kicking sandbags like 1,000 times a day, doing all that training, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hated it then, and it just kind of, yeah, like it's definitely it was fun doing it. I mean, it's fun because you get to just touch back, and also you're making something fun. You know what I mean,
Right.
in this whole project, and to me, that's just so rewarding. It's so rewarding.
Yeah.
Um, but it's fun, man. So can't complain.
So one of the things that you said from our first interview is that you kind of felt honored to be the first kick of Johnny Lawrence's.
Yes, and
Uh,
I still feel that way.
uh,
Amazing. At first, you know, just kick,
yeah,
the face.
yeah. Uh, so this time around, what is it like sharing screen with Marty Cove?
Oh gosh, yeah, super legend, right? I didn't know what to expect, but he's a professional. He's yeah, he's great. Just his presence, he has this aura about him, and you just feel that. And to me, it helps you with your acting, and yeah, it was great just working with him on set and just seeing how he is like offset, and
Mhm.
it's just very interesting, man.
Of your scenes,
Hmm.
was there any time that you had a chance to kind of like improvise, or was like all of your dialogue scripted?
Oh yeah, there was some improvisation for sure. There's a lot of improv in like action wise too. Like like the scene where I was drawing a penis. Oh, I don't know if I could do spoilers, but yeah, I
No,
was
no,
just drawing a
by
penis
all means.
on
Listen, everyone
someone's
should have
cast.
by now.
What was that?
Everyone should have seen it by now.
Hopefully, right? But yeah, just little scenes here and there that I did improv, and I did improv on some stuff that I have to say, whether it be on what's that called, ADR work.
Mhm.
Like afterwards, I do have to improv some stuff here and there. But yeah, tons of improv, tons of because you just feel you're in the moment, and once you start feeling the vibe of like where it can go, especially with Kyler, you say some stupid shit that you might regret, but some of these stupid stuff work. um, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about the reception so far, but I'm a hard critic, especially on myself. So I'm just like, "Ah, I wish that part I could have done it even more, like, and just kind of go over the top on that part, or just little stuff like that. I'm always critiquing myself.
I think we're always our hardest critic. It is an expression itself. Um, One of my favorite lines, because when the trailer came out and the way it
Hmm.
was cut, and I bet you heard it all over social media, like, oh, that was Kyler that Hawk was beating down and all that, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, man.
what was that?
They wanted it so much. Like all the Hawk fans were all up on my IG. Like, yeah, he's gonna kick your ass. How's it feel? Like that's good. That's you. And I was just like, in my mind, of course, I'm laughing because it's not. But I don't want to spoil anything for them. I'm like, yes, fan that flame, go for it.
Yeah.
Like to me, I'm all about that. I just encourage people. Like if it gives them like the heart of that they want to cheer on for Hawk, I'm like, go for it. It's
Yeah.
all love.
So what I was gonna get to about that is the way the trailer is cut. Hawk looks behind him, and then we
Mhm.
see Kyler. We're like, damn, Kyler's joining Cobra Kai. And so when you watch it play out in the show,
Mhm.
they exchange looks, but it's not until later when Brooks and Kyler, like, wait a minute, is that Lip? Like, there's that. And then like one of my favorite lines of yours is like, go get him, Lip, like that part.
Yeah.
It was that. And then like the viewers have to kind of like reel it back in a little bit, like, wait a minute, oh, that's right. Like they haven't seen his transformation yet at this point.
Right. Oh well, I think the director does a good job of cutting back to like scene one, season one, where there was me holding his face, and that was improv, by the way, just holding his face and like being like, oh, this disgusting or whatever, and I think they did a good job of kind of showing, reeling, I guess fans back into that moment where, oh, this was lit a long time ago, but he's hot now,
Right.
So yeah, it's all credit to the directors and stuff. So that's cool.
What are some of your favorite sequences that you're a part of?
I think credit to the writers and producers, because all the sequences that I was on, it felt it was important. You know what I mean? I don't think Kyler had sequences where was like, dude, like that was a useless part or whatever. And yeah, that's all credit to the writing. And so far, I was pleased with the parts that I was in. Like just the moments, I'm like, okay, that's that moment. Kyler needed to be there, just to add a thorn or a piece of like, annoyance to the scene. But it was, yeah, I think the funnest moment, I guess, the most fun moment that I've had, I guess, were the fighting scenes, and especially the last sequence or the near the end of the series, and where everyone is just thrashing the home. Gosh, that was so much fun. Wherever I'm with like other, I guess, cast members, and just working with them, it's always fun, and yeah, I feel tremendously blessed to be a part of it.
Can you share your experience filming the zoo scene where you guys go steal the snake?
Oh yeah. That was yeah, super fun scene. It's super cold. I don't know if people realize it was cold. Um, but yeah, we were just we would have to run up, and I remember, man, even for all the extras, because it had to be like a summer day or like a spring day in California. So even though it was like minus 10 degrees or whatever, everyone was in like, they duped it out. All the freaking extras, they had on like short sleeve shirts, like shorts, and they had to play, they had to be outside, outside of the zoo, just doing all that stuff. I just remember starting off that scene, just like, dang, these people are like sacrificing for this art, and to me, that's just what set the mood for the rest of the shoot for the zoo scene. For me, I was just like, yeah, like look at all these people, all these people, just not only us as characters, but everyone is, going 100 for this scene. So we got to do it right. So parts of we're like running up the stairs and trying to sneak into, yeah, we were hustling, we were doing it and to the 100. Um, and yeah, it was just a fun scene to shoot because it was on location, and it was an actual zoo, like so the snakes were all real. The smell was real. No one on no one could tell because too bad we don't have smell-o-vision, but everything there, it smelled real, it was real. So just going into the snake area, there's like a little hallway slash where all the I don't know if you call it. It's not an aquarium. I don't know what you call it. Like
So
a glass case. It was like a glass. Was it?
that's on location.
Yeah,
That,
it's definitely
okay.
a location. Yeah. So then the zookeepers were in hand. They were like, yeah, make sure you don't, do this and that. don't stick your hands in there, guys.
So
It's a
so
freaking cobra.
so was that you guys when they cut to the shot of like a bunch of hands holding the bag?
Yeah, that was
That
an
was like,
actual cobra. Yeah,
oh,
it was a real cobra. It wasn't fake. Of course, like when we have to like grab it and run around with it, running around, of course, you know, you can't do that to a real live animal. We'll
Right.
have lawsuits, you know,
Yeah.
up the butt.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's those were like, you know, fake rubber snakes or whatever. But when we opened it up, everything, that was a real life snake, a real
Yeah.
life cobra actually. So that's kind
Right.
of cool.
Nice. So yeah, you just kind of teased it a little bit, but let's talk about that fight scene at the LaRusso's house. Um, our interview with Jacob, he mentioned at one point where there's like some panning around and all that stuff. You and Sholo had to pick up like a coffee table, and
Yeah.
yeah, she shared some stories about filming that entire scene.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. We were totally part of shooting it, literally. You know, so like you see the camera guy. He's just running around with this big ass gear, and he's just running around with the camera, like trying to get everything. He starts off like within like the middle part of the house, and he's shooting the windows, like you know the fight sequence in the windows. That was beautifully shot. Um, Credit to those guys, that DP, all the amazing. So they were just doing that. The shooting of Gianni getting like chokehold and stuff, and then you see Hawk, you know, spin kicking one of the stuntmen, and then it's just I thought they just Hiro-san and Janelle, the power couple who does all the fight choreography in this series, they did an amazing job. And for each character to get a highlight during this pan, I thought was brilliant. And it almost felt like Avengers, you know what I mean? Just like everyone getting their, you know, like hits in, like, you know. So that was amazing. And then when it got towards me and Sholo fighting, Sholo and I just duking it out, just bah, 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 like you know, first like he hits me off the table, I'm just like sliding, and then when the camera got towards us, we were like fighting, and then right when it backed up into us, we had to quickly grab the table like from right behind the camera, and we lifted it up like you know towards the wall. We were holding, and it was pretty hot because inside the house it was all crowded, and there's so much body heat, and I'm the type that sweat a lot, so I'm just like, oh, you know, we're all breathing heavy. We and Shola, we're just looking at each other. Let's go now. And then we're like, all right, put the table back down, and then we're fighting again. I throw him across the what's like a room, and then I get him towards the light, like the light area, and then I'm just like you know mashing on his ribs and his back of his back and everything, just knocking, you know, just that sequence was so much fun, and I thought it came out pretty good. It came out better than I thought, you know. So I was just like, whoa, okay. Because there were moments where I felt like I was swinging at his wrist for like a good 40 minutes. This is on set, so it was just like 40 minutes of just. I was like, I'm getting tired, man. You know, come on. And in real life, so be knocked the f out. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
I'm hitting like this for 40 minutes, and so definitely it was a lot of work. Definitely it was tough, but it came out pretty nice,
Yeah.
I think.
Pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Hito and Janelle, they are so they're. Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
You still there? Okay, there we go. Somebody was trying to call in. Um, but Hito and Janelle, their vision, their for like all these sequences, it is quite amazing. There's a reason that they were nominated the first two seasons for stunt coordinating,
Yeah.
and anybody that remembers the fight sequence in the hall, that's a hallway. Like now, you guys are in tight spaces inside a home, and I've been inside that home, and so for them to place like pairings of people in different parts of that home and to be able to show it off, and each time you see somebody, they're always doing something. It's fantastic. I have no
Yeah.
words, man.
Seriously, all credit to them, and um, they deserve all the accolades that they've been getting and they should be getting. So yeah, again, you know, for season 4, they're gonna up their game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So all the fans, they could totally look forward to it. They could expect something great, and you know they'll get it. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
All
All
right.
credit.
As we get ready to wrap up, can you think of any? any bloopers or anything behind the scene that you'd like to share that maybe hasn't been put out there yet or anything like that?
Bloopers. Um, I could just think of one moment, but yeah, it's PG. Like it's rated R and rated X, so I just don't want
Oh
to share
no,
that.
our show's explicit.
Yeah. Um. What
Oh,
else?
actually, how about this? We were asking Jacob about the point, like the sequence with you and Bo and all that, and Jacob said that at one take after he beats up Brooke or Bo, he walks over to you and like said that there was a line that he tried doing that didn't make it, but he couldn't remember what it was. He thinks it was something like "Stay in line, bitch" or something like that. You know, do you remember anything like that?
It was no, it was something quick, but I remember for that scene, for some reason, that scene was tough. It was tougher than it looked like on. Uh, it was definitely tough. Not just like emotionally or anything, nothing like that, but it was just there were some technical things that we had to like figure out and stuff as actors, you know. So it was really, yeah, I thought that was a tough scene to. That was one of the tougher scenes that I had to do. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's just a lot of things. Some things went wrong. Some things we had to redo, and it was just kind of tough. That scene was tough. Um, yeah, I don't remember what he said. They told him just to look and then stare. Um,
Joe, you still there? Froze up for a sec here. Oh, there you go. You're back.
okay,
Okay. Do you remember that rated R moment that you were just talking about?
I do, but I can't share it.
You don't want to share? Okay.
Uh,
Okay, that's fair.
yeah, I can't. Yeah, it just involves some people that they probably put their trust in me to not say anything. So
That's fair.
I'll keep it at
No,
that.
I understand. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, what about so obviously before season three came out, because there was such a long lull, right? That we didn't have any type of content. So we saw a lot of you guys posting a lot of things, and we saw you in a lot of the pictures with the guys. Well, what were some things that you guys get into? I know that like Monopoly is a big thing. What else do you guys do in your downtime?
Oh, we played a lot of Magic. We did, which is a card game. If people don't know, we played a lot of that. Some games like video games. We watched a lot of movies together. Um, there are, even after we shot in Atlanta, we come here, we hang out. Like Sholo, me, and Jacob, we all, go to the beach. We ride around in our scooters, and yeah, we like to hang around, and just eat together. We especially like to eat good food together. Um, yeah, so it's definitely fun with hanging around with them and everything. But it was also tough, and you have to resist posting it online, and because you don't want to give anything away or you don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, that was kind of tough, but it was fun. I mean, definitely fun. Just yeah, we did a lot of things, especially eating. We ate a lot, especially in Atlanta, here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, good food.
I don't know if this was during production of season two or three, but did you hear the story about how Jacob bought a rice cooker and then lost it?
Yeah, well, so I ended up, yeah. He was in Atlanta. He bought a rice cooker and he lost it. I mean, how that's a that is sacrilegious, right? In Asian culture, you can't do that unless you
Yep.
want to starve yourself. But
Right.
anyways, I was able to cook for them a lot. Just the natural way with a regular pot, water, and rice. No rice cooker, just raw
Right.
flames. Yeah. So that's how we survived. We ate some of that. A lot of what's that called? Fried rice. A
Yeah.
lot of ramen. A lot of other Asian noodles and like what's that called? Some like I made some um, like fusion Asian tacos, like Asian, like with bulgogi. I don't know if you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Korean barbecue,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you put it into tortillas and stuff. So
Yeah.
I made stuff like that for them and for all of us actually. It was just good times, man.
Yeah.
We definitely good times.
I love me Korean food. I just had bibimbap for lunch.
Oh shoot,
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah. It was. All right. So yeah, we'll end it right there. Is there anything that you can promote upcoming that that people can kind of keep an eye out for that you're working on?
There's nothing that's super concrete right now. I just know like there's a lot of promises and meetings that we've already had with other directors and stuff.
Okay.
But as an actor, I'm always just auditioning for certain roles and here and there, but nothing concrete so
Yeah.
far. Uh, but season three's reception has been great, so we'll see. We'll see where this goes, right?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I,
Joe, thank you so much for your time, and we'll cross our fingers and hopefully we see Kyler return and see what else he's got in store for us.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been talking to you, and I'm glad I could be the first one to talk to you, even on season one.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
yeah, I can see you've been doing bigger things, so it's actually really cool to see. And I felt like doing that first interview with you was like taking that first kick from Johnny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Kicking
Yeah.
things off right.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. It goes
Of
full
course, man.
circle.
Love.
Yeah.